Several sources told the I-Team a decision has been reached in a corruption investigation against Congresswoman Corrine Brown.
And News4Jax has chosen not to report it until we've received official confirmation from federal prosecutors. The grand jury's decision comes after a 6-month investigation of suspected improper solicitation of charitable donations and misusing campaign funds.
Channel 4's Kent Justice begins our coverage tonight. Kent, this could be an historic case for North Florida.
Joy and Mary, we're hearing from former federal prosecutors that is very rare and that it's been decades since an elected official at this level has been charged with something like this. So if that's what happens in the morning or during the day tomorrow, as we're hearing from certain sources, that really would be something. Who do we want to hear from most? Congresswoman Corrine Brown. So that's why I'm outside her home here on the north side. I have called her tonight, not been able to reach her. I've called her attorney and had to leave a message, but we want to hear from her about what may be happening in the federal courthouse in Jacksonville tomorrow. In the meantime, she hasn't said anything to us. She didn't say anything to us this evening when our camera caught her leaving her office there in Washington, D.C. In the past, though, she's told us that she just really can't speak about the investigation, even though she wants to, because her lawyer has told her, as she put it, to zip it. Well, here's what we do know. The I-Team told you earlier this year about an investigation involving Congresswoman Brown's acquaintance, Carla Wiley. Wiley is the president of an organization called One Door for Education Foundation. Congresswoman Brown is pictured with Wiley on the foundation's website. Well, Wiley pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud back in March in federal charges. And in court documents, the federal prosecutors say One Door was never properly registered with the IRS. Also showed that Wiley deposited some $800,000 into the group's bank account, but the foundation only gave out one small scholarship. So what happened to the rest of the money? Well, Wiley admitted that she transferred thousands of dollars to herself. She said that that money was used on things like lavish parties, an NFL luxury box, and some other things. Court documents are telling us that the money was also used to benefit, how they listed it back in the documents we saw in March, Person A public official. Our I-Team investigators believe that that is Corrine Brown. Brown was served a federal subpoena back in January. Wouldn't talk to us about it at the time, but she said she had done nothing wrong. In the meantime, we did go to the federal courthouse this evening. Just before it closed at 5, we found nothing on the dockets for Friday that listed Corrine Brown. Live on the north side, Kent Justice, Channel 4, the local station.
Thank you, Kent. There's a lot that led up to the grand jury's still secret decision, which, as we said, has been 6 months in the making. Channel 4's Vic Micolucci joins us live now from Capitol Hill to continue our coverage. Vic.
And so much could happen to the Congresswoman tomorrow, Mary. A lot of people say the allegations are very, very concerning, and they are worried that somebody who's supposed to be a leader here in the country could potentially be in so much trouble. So we right now are on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C., and you may recall a U.S. House Ethics Subcommittee was formed to look into allegations that Brown may have improperly solicited charitable donations, used campaign money for personal use, and failed to comply with tax laws. There are really two main things that can happen with Brown tomorrow. The grand jury could return a true bill, commonly known as an indictment, formal charges there, or there could be a no true bill, meaning the grand jury declines to issue charges. Florida Blue executive Jason Altmaier served alongside Brown from 2007 to 2013 when he was a congressman. We spoke about the federal investigation and the other charges that could be expected against her.
I think the law holds true to everybody, whether you're in Congress or not, and these are very tough charges. She's going to have her day in court and tell her side of the story, and we'll see where that goes. But she's not going to get any preferential treatment just because she's a current member of Congress.
So certainly a lot of people up here in the nation's capital talking about this. I have some sources in D.C. that say they expected this to come. They really knew that it was coming down for quite some time now. They do expect the grand jury to indict her tomorrow in federal court back in Jacksonville. In the meantime, I'm going to be getting more details, more comment from her colleagues here up in Washington, D.C. And of course, as soon as I get any kind of reaction from them, I will let you know on air and online on news4jax.com. Live on Capitol Hill, I'm Vic Micolucci, Channel 4, the local station.